another episode of Tea Talks. I am your girl, Jes'ka Washington, and hopefully you've been catching us all season. And we have talked about so many different things. We're talking about money, talking about just different things with the way the schools are set up, dreams that all our educators have had. But in talking, there's another episode we need to have. And there's one more episode, and that episode is Knack Dubai hacks. And it's those little bitty things that if you're trying to come over here, I would say even as a visitor, that would help you just kind of feel, I would say, a little bit more sane, or just a little bit, just makes life a little bit easier. So we're going to really dive into that again. Once again, I've got a great group of panelists. I'm so encouraged to have this conversation. We have already been laughing and having a blast. So we're going to be professional in front of the camera for a minute. But go ahead and introduce yourself and where you're from.
Yes, my name is Heath Bailey. Been here for 5 years. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
All right, and I'm Ashibe. I've been here for 6 years, and I'm originally from Savannah, Georgia.
Mm-hmm. And I am Ashley Brown, born in Vicksburg, Mississippi, and I've been here for about 8 months.
Yes. The baby.
The baby.
The baby.
Of the family, yes.
Of the family, but I'll just say the trip.
Oh, okay. That's
we got the veterans,
yes.
and we got.
I'm newbie. I'm the newbie.
So I'm being honest. Is Mr. Heath?
Yes.
Heath challenged me last night to say when I come in, I'm walking in here with my theme music and my theme song. And so old school, no, I'm gonna get you something because I was waiting for the pimp shoes to come in.
Right.
But
I left them in the car.
see that right there.
Yeah.
But since we're gonna go ahead and put it on the spot, then I'm gonna ask you, at least for this week or for your, what is your theme song?
My theme song.
What would you just say?
It's a song that's unreleased. It's a friend of mine. He's from Cleveland. He has a song called Coming Through. And I was actually listening to it. I'll have you listen to it after the show.
Okay.
But it's a song called Coming Through that I listen to frequently lately.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And so if I get the link, we'll put the link into the bio so you can definitely do that.
Definitely.
Because I'm curious what you're coming through, but we're not doing that right now.
Yes.
Your theme song.
My theme song would have to be like A Whole New World.
Whole new world.
My God.
And you know, Will Smith is coming out with it.
I know, and I
yes.
can't wait to see it. I look forward to it, but
Wow.
it would have to be a whole.
And I'm going to say Dubai hack. Not as a 4D, it's Dubai Mall for those movies because they have that full screen that goes all the way around. Like, hack. Well, go ahead.
For me, it's Michael Jackson, Smooth Criminal.
Oh, wait a minute.
I know.
Explain that.
Y'all didn't explain y'all. You said that's a different episode. It's Smooth Criminal. I think it's just because people underestimate me, but let you cross the boundaries. I'm quick to put you in line.
And I'm going to say, not only did you surprise us with Smooth Criminal, you said it with perfect enunciation. So I was not even expecting that you were
I teach English.
So we're going to get into this just lifestyle of Dubai and coming to Dubai and being in Dubai and just getting settled in and trying to figure it out because it's a puzzle. So I can say right now, if we're going to stay with the music themes, like what song kind of put you in the mind frame of when you first came out to Dubai, or what moment, or anybody? See, that's a hard one. I stumped up.
No, it would still be my song because it's truly a whole new world. The systems that we have in place at home are not the same way that the systems work here. So like for instance, at home, everything is based on your social security number. So you remember that number. Everywhere you go, they ask you for your social security number. When you get here, it's your mobile number. What's your mobile number? You can't do anything without telling them what's your mobile number.
Right.
And so even though it's a different number, it's still based on that. But until you know that, it's almost like, it's just crazy. What are you talking about? What's a mobile?
And I would say for your Dubai hack is that while a lot of people do try to keep their U.S. numbers, you better get you a Dubai
as soon as you can.
Get a SIM card, get that, and WhatsApp is your friend.
Yes.
WhatsApp is your friend, and that was a system I never used in the States. I had to make Mama learn how to use it. Everybody has to use this WhatsApp. It's not even regular text messaging. I never check my text messages.
Well, here they charge you for they'll charge you for your SMS. Yes, so you want to get some for your text messages.
On what?
On your phone,
On a
on your
regular
mobile phone.
Oh,
So you know how
No coming out. He about to calculate them cents.
you get unlimited calls,
Yes, we're used
texts,
to
or
that.
whatever. So for most of the plans here, you pay to have those SMS or those text messages. So that's why almost everybody uses
You
WhatsApp,
have to.
because then you don't have to.
Yeah, it's web-based or
pay.
internet.
Yeah.
see, I didn't even know that because I'm still primarily functioning on my US number, but I have a UAE number, but I rarely give that out to anybody. And then WhatsApp is still with my US number, and then on Wi-Fi, there's no charge for that.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
fine then.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Okay,
And
that's the reason I didn't know
I'm
that
going to
you
tell
all
you
said.
how I knew about the text messages because I have a car, and in order to pay for parking, you have to text that number in. And so I got a parking ticket the very first day I parked the car because I did not know how to pay for parking on the phone, and so that's how I found out about the text message system.
Yeah, it's I'm saying $1 billion. I'm sure it's up there. It's a big business for expats not knowing.
Yes.
Different changings of speeds and stuff. Because you're not speeding. You just didn't know what it was.
Yes.
So
Well, because you don't, the sign doesn't say speed limit.
Right.
It's just a sign with a
No.
number in it. And so if you
few and
don't
far
know,
between.
Wait, and you got a happiness sign on the bottom. Like, are we good? And people are speeding all around you because I don't know it that well, but there is a license plate system. So
Yes.
there are some people that can do what they want. You are not one of those people.
Right.
And then I was gonna say, but not only that, another Dubai hack would be Waves. And once again, that was a system I never used before, but Waves actually tells you where the speed cameras are
Right.
when you're driving out here. And that was my saving grace because I had 4 tickets that first month.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they text you.
yes.
They text you
They
your
text you.
If they text you your
To
ticket.
let you know that you got
Like 4 days
How about the
later.
smooth criminal doesn't know?
I'm chauffeured around. You understand?
Good life.
It's efficient.
Yeah.
And that's how they get that. That's how they get the money back. But you can go now. They recently changed it in Abu Dhabi, but in Dubai, you can go up to 20
Yes.
over before those cameras will flash.
Which is also a setup.
It is.
Because you think you can go, and then as soon as you go 1 or 21,
Then they
Yeah.
get you for the whole
Yes.
20.
so you may as well stay the speed limit.
Yes.
Yes. No.
They get you
Yes.
for the whole 20.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't get you for the one.
No.
No, they just get you for the whole 20.
And
So they give you a grace period.
And that's something else because I learned the hard way thinking I was cute. Because the first ticket, well, what happens is a camera, so it takes a picture of you. So there's just a flash of light. So I was like, oh, I'm styling.
Right.
That's not
Or
what
you
that
just got a
means.
ticket.
Right.
No, I just got I got a text message 5 days later
That you got a ticket.
that you have a ticket.
Do you remember it was half? 2 years ago?
The fee was
Y'all remember that?
It was
Yeah.
half.
Yes.
It's 600 straight now.
Oh yeah,
It
it
used
is.
to be 300.
I got hit
It was a
hard.
600 ticket. It would show you at 600, and it would say your 50% discount if
but
you pay it.
before.
Now it's 600 dirhams.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
That's scary.
Yeah.
smooth criminal.
Okay.
You just have to learn you have to know what the rule is
Yes.
and then stay within that rule. And then I think you'll be fine. Because thankfully, knock on wood,
Yeah.
I've only had 2 tickets in my 6 years that I was
Okay.
here. One, I didn't even do anything. I think they caught somebody else and it just happened to catch me on
Right.
camera.
Yeah.
Because it was like I didn't put on my signal
Yes.
when I was moving over. Now I have done, I take that back. I don't want to incriminate myself. But I have seen a lot of things done. Like backing up on the highway,
Yes.
going up over.
That would be me.
I've seen a lot of things
Yes.
happen. I'm like, you give me a ticket for that.
But I will say that when I went to the DMV in December,
We have a DMV.
when I went to the people in December, because I'm gonna tell you that eye test was that was the best thing ever in my life. They did say that they were cracking down, and he kind of gave me a list of things that were now offendable. So I do think that there's a lot more push towards following the rules
Cell
and
phones,
expectations.
too.
Yeah, with the cell phones and following the expectations of the road, because it is. And then you think about the technical piece of it is you have probably over 100 nationalities all behind the wheel. All learning English and different rates.
Yes.
Because my issue is the names on the exits.
Yeah.
Because everything shake, and so I'll be like, wait a minute, who? And so I got the GPS over
Oh yeah.
trying to
You got a ticket.
It's too much. So we'll talk about transportation. So getting out here, what other things have just been a saving grace for you?
Marhaba. Marhaba is a service. Marhaba means welcome. It's a service that you can get, especially if you're bringing people here. You go to marhaba.com, and no, they're not paying me for this, but I'm just saying because it works. And they will walk you basically from the plane through so when you brought your mom, you should have got this for your mom.
I apologize, Mama Washington.
They will catch you at the plane, walk you through the border control, through getting your baggage and out the door. And most people, it will take a long time. It may take you like 10-15 minutes because they walk you straight through it and you don't have to figure it out. So if you're here and you're just getting here, you're kind of disoriented, you don't really know like which way to go. If you have Marhaba, they stay there.
And I will say this, and I am sorry for saying this, because Mama Washington came with a cane, and they automatically put her in with the handicap services and took care of her.
Yeah, that was
and she used that cane for all the other reasons, but she sure used it right then. But even then, because even without too many questions, when we went to attractions and different things, they automatically asked, "Is she okay?"
Yes.
And so that was just really good because Mama, I'm not saying you're not able. But it was nice to have help.
But my aunt, when my aunt came, my aunt had surgery on her knee like years ago.
Yes.
And so I was just able to give her a wheelchair. So it's not that she could not walk. It just made it easier for her to get from the plane through customs and all of that.
And the service on the Emirates planes and Etihad planes is very good too. Yeah, the international service. They lead. We're fortunate enough to be in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, where all the other international companies pale in comparison. So whoever you fly out of is great. You go British Airways or I don't know, Korean Air or something like that. They're international carriers, but their service is not compared to.
Well, I was going to say, just with service itself, I think there's something so commendable to say, and I say it correctly, if you have the patience to have a conversation, we have to calm ourselves down because we have an expectation. There is so many people that are willing to help.
Right.
So you have to kind of get through that language barrier and be quiet enough, but then if you ask for help, people will give I would say help way past what you're expecting. I had somebody, loading my bags up and all kind of things, and I'm ready to dig out money. And they're, no. Like there is that courtesy.
Yeah. The key is to speak slower.
Yes.
I learned that. It took me a long time. And they say you're talking too fast. No, I'm not.
Because they have to translate in their head.
They're trying to process what you're saying, and then after that, the service is there.
So I was on a completely different area of your question. This is very good. I was thinking stop at duty free. Yes. That's initially where I went. Stop at duty free, pick up your alcohol because you can't get it in Dubai.
Baby, who you be with? Oh, you been here for 8 months.
And you working on tomorrow?
No, I work here in Dubai.
Okay.
I work in Dubai.
And he has no transportation.
And I have no transportation.
Everybody else get your friends.
Okay.
So, you're coming in, stop at duty free.
But I will say that off of that is that you can get alcohol here. You can drink. I just felt like it's such a cost because you're getting it. So you will have a ribeye meal that's 70 dirhams, and then you will have a drink of alcohol that's 68 dirhams. And so, to me, it's like it's affordable to go to duty free because the pregame. Take care of what you need to take care and do it that way, because I felt like in my first 2 weeks in me just going happy hour networking, I was spending so much money
just
on the drinks alone.
I don't do that. So I would have spent. Let me tell you, my weakness was the happy hour of Doros, like the appetizers. Now he's just throwing money at. Let me go ahead and get the chicken wing.
But it is possible to get in Dubai. In Dubai, it requires you to have a license in order for you to buy. And most of us pass the liquor stores and not realize that they're liquor stores because they're sometimes in like car parks. So when you're going into the store, it just looks like it's a part of the parking garage when it's really a liquor store. And you'll be really surprised that, when you open the door, it's like, bam.
But see, I'm aware of that, but it's such a process to even get the liquor license that you have to get to purchase alcohol. And I don't want to sound like the drunk at the table. That I don't want to sound like. But it's such a process.
But here's the thing, and see, the thing is now I don't drink regularly, but my husband does, and so you just have to know where to go. So you may not be able to go to Dubai, but if you go to one exit into Abu Dhabi, there's a place there. If you go one exit into Ashibe, or if you go to Iraq, you know, so we usually like make a day trip and take orders like this, what which I want to do, and then you don't have to have.
Yeah, but keep in mind you all have a car.
Okay.
I'm about to say, I'm about to start charging. Yeah, I'm about to start charging some
We ain't got
runs.
no car, baby.
I know.
But I will say, because your hack is that you have, your hack is you don't
positives
need
and negatives to not having a vehicle.
Definitely.
Yeah, but you don't need it.
But you don't need, you really don't need a car out here. I think cars are by choice, or you're here, or you're doing different things. I know for me, I was working late nights, and so my job gave me free transportation. But if I would work late, that means I would be paying to go home. So it was smarter for me to get the car, and then I had family come. Like, it was just a bunch of different things that led up to that. But the hack is you don't need that. We Uber, you have Kareem, you got something else.
There's public transportation.
But then taxis are everywhere.
Right.
The taxis are everywhere.
I have two hacks I just thought about.
Okay.
The first one is every place I've lived in 4 places in the UAE. I've had a person come up to me. They either clean the streets or they work at a certain store, and they say, I can clean your car every day for 100 dirhams a month.
$30 US.
Right. A month. Thank you. Every single day I walk to my car, it's
clean.
It's sparkling clean.
Yes. And the other one is my doorbell will ring once a week, and someone will collect my laundry or deliver it.
Love that piece. Love that piece.
Come on, man.
They door service dry cleaning.
Yes.
Literally will come to your door and will bring it to you. I've taken mine a step further and allowed the guy to come into my apartment and put it in the closet for me.
You know what?
That's a smooth.
I can't go back to the States.
No.
Yeah.
But you acted like that was easy because you were shocked. I remember when you came down and be like, he just walked in and started putting things into places.
I love it. I was like, man, get all of this.
Amazing.
I'm going to say one of my hacks, and we are going to disagree.
Okay.
Because I was like, Uber Eats saved my life. And you are.
I'm a Taliban girl.
Really?
Yes,
Taliban or Deliveroo. Because
Yes.
I like the options. You never know what I might feel like eating. And so I know when I go and my friends back at home, they clown. They be like, oh no, we have that. No,
you do
you
not.
may have
For
4 or
free delivery.
5 restaurants that deliver. I can pull up my app and I got 300
So,
that deliver.
and that's the biggest difference. Let me say this now before somebody comes. The biggest difference between Taliban and Uber Eats is that Uber Eats has, for me, I feel like a selected number of restaurants. Taliban got every restaurant in the book. I don't need to open up and see 300 different places to get a burger. Give me 5 choices. I'm going to find my burger. I'm good. So I'm that person that I have walked away. Like if there's 15 peanut butters, I will just walk away. I don't need no peanut butter today. I'm tired, my nerves are bad, that's too much calculated, I'm not in the mood. Give me this, I'm good. I pick between 1, 2, and 3, I'm done. So, but the fact of the matter is, I just think that, and I'll say this, the hack is the phone. There's everything
At your fingertips.
at your fingertips.
Yeah. You said burger.
Yes.
This country is all halal meat.
Yes.
So it's quote unquote organic. It doesn't have the stuff that the US beef industry puts in it. So we're not all vegans, but we're eating a little bit healthy, right? We're eating a little bit healthy here because even the imported meat is not coming from some of the countries that put all the steroids, the additives, thank you, in the meat. So I'm comfortable eating a burger from time to time. In the States, I'm like crying, what's wrong?
Better work out afterwards.
Yeah, you just never know. But here, you know it's a better grade.
My funny is, I don't think it's just the meat. I think it's the quality of food.
Yeah.
I am a spinach smoothie chick. I always felt like I could do spinach smoothies, especially in the States because you don't taste spinach. Like to me, it really doesn't have a taste. So when I came over here and popped some spinach, it's the first time in my life I tasted spinach. It was real. Like this is the taste of spinach. Like I can now put in 20 leaves. Because
You know what you don't get.
because of the taste. But I would just say like one of the hacks is that eat out or do those things because even something simple, and I was laughing about KFC. KFC got the best shrimp.
Let me tell you,
They do
the
have
chicken
those.
is different.
But you know what? Not only that, and I remember when I first got here and I ordered, at the time I did eat meat, I don't eat it anymore, but I ordered a chicken and I was offended. And I was just like, what is the rest of my chicken?
Oh, how small
because
it is.
it was so small.
This is a real chicken. It's a real chicken. That chicken walked.
No steroids.
Exactly.
And then the funny thing was the transition that happened because I had gotten so used to, seeing chicken thighs smaller than my hand. And then when I went back home and a chicken thigh took up, the size of my head, and it was just like, oh no, that's too much steroids in that chicken.
Exactly.
I can't eat it.
Yeah.
So that was a difference.
It's alarming because here I do an oxtail in a crock pot, right?
Like,
And
you
they're-
do this.
Yeah, right. I'll bring it next episode. But they're small, and it's disappointing because you have to buy a lot. But the ones we get are this big in the States, and it's not supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
See, for me, it's very different from Taliban or Uber Eats because I like to cook my own meals.
Can I come to
So,
your house?
yes, you most certainly
Okay.
can. You're welcome.
I'm hungry.
Okay, I like to cook, so it's good. So for me, I agree with the size difference between the chicken compared here
Yes.
to in the States. But another thing is, you are at the grocery store, or I am at the grocery store far more often here than I was in the States because the food has no additives, nothing that's no preservatives that's going to make it last longer. So yeah, you can have milk. But you have a 1 week window of that milk. Bread as opposed to in the States, bread as well.
Bread might be 3-4 days.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
you're
it's
exactly
gone,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. So the food does go bad quicker here because they do not have the additives that we have back in the States. So I do appreciate that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I'm going to talk about, and this was me being just countrified. I cried and put a post in, I think, Brothers and Sisters of Dubai, which is a helpful group. I don't know where Walmart is. Because I was just trying to go one place. And because at first, when I first was out here, I felt like you had to go to this store to get this, you had to go to this store to get this, and you had to go to this store to get this. And I was on taxi, and I'm like, I ain't gonna spend $60. So it was, and so out here, that is your Lulu's or your Carrefour, or is it Carrefour? Because we argue.
It's either one.
Okay.
Because I heard it pronounced either way from the locals. So,
It's like,
let's go with the locals.
So just
Whichever one they
know
go with.
that you need anything, and most Carrefours are actually in the mall.
Yes.
So it makes it an easier trip, easier taxi piece, all of that stuff. Make sure you take your little quarter to get the shopping quarter because I was traumatized with that one.
Have you ever gotten your quarter back?
I actually have, but the taxi driver shamed me so bad.
What? You know about
He
that?
shamed
Yeah,
me
that you-
so
what
bad.
happened?
So when you return it,
I didn't know. I never
you
returned
connect it, and
You're
then
supposed
it
to get
will
it
open
back.
up.
I know that from Aldi. You don't shop.
But I didn't.
I know that from Aldi.
I didn't know that.
But I gave mine away to somebody else.
Yeah.
But the workers, and they don't make that
That's
much.
their-
Yeah.
That's like their
I didn't
tip.
know that.
And I didn't know that until the taxi driver shamed me because we went to put it back, me and my girlfriend
You probably
Robin.
put it in your pocket.
And we was just like, oh no, can we get our dirham back? And then we got in the taxi. The taxi said, why you just didn't let him have just 2 dirham? I felt so bad, but I didn't know that was the way that it worked. That they made so
Super two.
little,
Yeah.
and that's how they collected
know that.
tips. But all you have to do is
I will
reconnect it.
say that because you grocery shop, I don't. Instant shop, because you can grocery shop on the phone, and
Through
that's
InstaShop.
Instant shop, yes,
Yeah, that
and
sounds
especially.
no fun to me.
Well,
I like being in there.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't.
Yeah.
But the issue that I did have was until I realized delivery was me trying to carry waters back, and so what I do now is I'll at least do the detergents and the heavy stuff that's always constant, and I'll have that delivered, and then I don't still shop, so I can't even act like I'm probably gonna get the produce. I don't.
To that point, it's very convenient how small an order you can get from any of the
Yes.
stores that deliver. You can order a pint of milk
Yes.
alone, and they would bring that.
Yes.
No additional charge to you. So that's a great benefit.
Well, you like, I want a Snicker, but I would say, okay, bring me some tissue, an onion, and a Snicker, because I would be too shy.
I don't want to look like that person.
Oh my goodness, the show is actually coming to an end. I don't even think we even talked about half of the things.
She said
Like, oh my
tissue
goodness.
and onion.
Because that makes the biggest difference. Because I really don't need the tissue and the onion.
But I can always use it.
All right,
That's the thing. But I just would be too shy.
The show, because I do know, like we were talking the other day about Dragon Mart.
Yeah.
I was talking about how I get all my clothes made at this point. I don't know if I'm a size 12. I know I'm a size right now. And so it works for me. There are so many tools. So I'm going to say that the biggest and best hack is connecting to people who are out here.
Yeah.
Because you'll be able to figure it out and they'll help you on the way. Oh, honey, like we was in there, you ain't getting your makeup. We got you.
Yes.
Help y'all camera.
And then I will tell you too, and you know me, when's the red beans and rice coming through? That
You know, the networking saves you money,
yes,
right? So the money's in the information.
that's definitely true. So thank you so much for this network. It's been a wonderful tea talk for everybody.
Wow. Yes.
Everybody is greedy, the Snickers. And I'm going to say officially, catch us next season. This has been a wonderful season. Thank you so much. But this is going to be the end. And if you guys subscribe, leave comments below, I definitely know we can do season 2.